And I'm going to open once more with the invocation to the muse, or muses. Muses, gather here with us and deliver us one mind. Make us one of vision and give us words of power and potency. Fill us with the spirits of affirmation, and we will not fear or falter, but will revel in the stories you reveal through us as instruments of the Creator. And so, let play begin. We return to somewhere beneath the veldt, along the buried road for episode 8, the mouth of Shiigga. Um, and we're going to start with our little writing prompt. Does anyone volunteer to read that prompt for us?
I'll go.
Take it.
I realize now that I guess I don't realize what flora and fauna means, and I think I just created a plant.
So that would be flora, like flowers. Flora,
Good.
and fauna is like I won't make the connection, but animals basically.
Oh, okay, cool. It's known as the yeoman's gourd. It's a perfectly circular gourd, tasteless, smellless, and devoid of nutrition. It only provides a brief relief from hunger and nothing more. The gourds are found all over the veldt, have long provided meager sustenance for serfs working in the lands or madmen who claim it tastes like chicken. It's a staple of the working class diet. Many work songs have been written about it, including Yo Yo Yeoman's Gourd and Praise the Gourd, parentheses, momentarily not hungry.
All right.
In the upper caste, the yeoman's gourd is regarded as no more than a common weed and is often given as a gag gift or as a passive-aggressive slight.
If you're not all on top of the writing the song about the yeoman's gourd, you know that I'm going to be. So you better be after it.
As soon as it's already popping around in my head here. It sounds like mental illness, frankly.
That was great. I'm recording. Thank you. Let's move on to Craig. Craig, have you got one?
Yeah. So I actually drew more than I wrote about it, but I'll give you a good description. I can send out the picture through like the group chat or whatnot.
Oh, nice.
I'm calling it.
You should be able to exploit it up there so we can all see it that way.
What?
You should be able to toss it up via XSplit so that we can all see it, and then it'll be in the recording too.
Oh no, like I have it. Like I took a picture of it. I meant like I was gonna send it through a text message group.
Got it.
Yeah. So I'm calling this the creeping leer. It looks like a dark, wet sack of skin stretched around an eyeball. Likes wet rocks and larger mushrooms. It's usually about the size of you. Hold it in your hand, it'd be about the size of a softball or a large orange. It's got 4 tentacles that all sprout off of it, and underneath it has a thin, fibrous, hair-esque material that it uses to absorb the moisture from whatever it's laying against. Some say it resembles fruit, closely related to another long-lost god, but who knows? That might be fiction.
Enunciate confidence, my son.
Yeah, I'm making that part up. But yeah, I'll send out the picture here in a second. But
try turning your VCam off for a second, or switching to your regular webcam, because I want to see a picture of this.
There we go. Here's my gross room, everybody.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you got to take a good picture of that and upload it to the group Google Drive.
Yeah, right. But yeah, that's what I got. Obviously, I kind of took inspiration from the Eyes of Shiigga kind of fruit thing. But yeah.
Is it sentient, this plant?
So I like to imagine these things are just kind of like crabs to an extent, or like it's like a mix between, like in my mind, a crab and a slug, but very much the body of a slug, and it just kind of creeps around and does its thing. And that's about it. It doesn't really have any other motives or like higher thought.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, who's next? Oh, sorry. One more thing, Matt. Where are these found? I might have missed it.
Just anywhere where it's dark and damp, usually cavernous areas.
Okay, so there very well might be some in the underbelt here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool. How about Effie?
I did not write one, but
We'll come back to you. Think of
All right.
something. Lord Yenik.
Sure. Mine's called Moon's Vein, and it's like silvery winding vines. They can reach up to 30 to 60 feet upon becoming fully mature, and found primarily in heavily forested, undisturbed areas. So this plant lives for about 10 to 20 years before reaching its full maturity. Um, it obtains its name from its unique life cycle, being that it only blooms once in its life and under full moonlight. Uh, when this occurs, the flowers unravel from their pod enclosure to reveal vibrant colors and an aroma that is said to be rivaled by no others. The potency of the pollen excreted from the plant allows the faintest smells to be picked up from miles away. While never successfully grown under close surveillance, this plant is known to die immediately after blooming and never resprouts in the same location twice. Uh, while some people have considered Moon's Vein to have extraordinary healing capabilities, there's no direct evidence of such. But because of the myth surrounding it, the plant is popular in holistic remedies, and as such, makes harvested blossoms of Moon's Vein incredibly valuable.
Very cool. I'm into it. And where do you think those might be found?
So it'd be like really dense forests or like places where like not very many people kind of go to.
Right on. Okay, Alka.
So I did a plant. It's called Chlora lacertilia, commonly known as the lizard plant. It has hard, bulbous crimson roots that can be a good source of nourishment. The roots are sweet and best eaten boiled. The roots support a main trunk for which long, deep green tail-like branches fan out. These branches have a hard, scale-like exterior. When the bark is removed, there is a sticky, fecal-smelling goo that has been known to have tremendous healing properties. From the branches, there are long, deep blue, tongue-like leaves covered in a fuzzy fiber that contains the plant's seeds like a tiny net. Call back to the value of nets in this game. Usually distributed by sticking to creatures brushing by. If inhaled, these seeds can prove fatal. While the lizard plant only grows a few inches a year, it is almost impossible to kill and can grow up to 9 feet in height in its lifetime. Chlora lacertilia needs little to no light and flourishes in swampy, damp environments.
All right, cool. I can picture a few locations on the map for that. All right, and Effie, what have we got?
yeah. All right. So we've got a grass that is called the wandering pasture. It's found in the highlands and mountainous areas, prairies. It's a non-sentient plant that utilizes the vibration of the land to move away from incoming stampedes, caravans, or wagons.
Oh, that's awesome.
When removed from the ground, the grass quickly rots and deteriorates, unable to even briefly exist without being planted.
That would be such a cool portend for like the cavalcade or like the cavalcade.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to like go off of.
Creeping away. Okay. All right. Well, with that, great job, guys. I enjoyed all of those immensely, and that's just going to be something I'll have to add to the file, so to speak. And we will do our quick recap here. I'm going to try to put the speaker up close. I imagine the audio quality is not great, but we do what we can.
It was an honor capturing the road killer with you all. But the rope technology is mine now. I'm just up there going crazy. In my mind, I've got the nets. I've got all this stuff I'm cleaning up. So I'm like eating. It's literally the best time I've ever had in my life. Like, I think I'm like just making weird noises, honestly, up there, just like,
All right, and we are going to cut away to the road killers as they continue down the tunnel. There is the we have the door shield with Sleepy Bill on there, and we also have the whole crew moving along. So I want to do once around the horn to sort of catch up with that group, and then we're gonna cliffhang for the night. So starting with Lord Yenik, give us your thoughts on the night.
Man, we lost our friends, but I think we're making really good timing with this whole goat on a shield thing. I think we're going to get there before anything happens to them. We're definitely going to come in and save them. They're probably just sitting in cages right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. What about you, Elka?
Well, it was a shock to see Effie and Bippers go, but if the dwarves have hope that Rollin has lasted this many years, I have to have hope that Effie and Bippers are going to be okay. And it's just been really nice having this animal companion. I didn't realize how much I missed that. What about you, Craig?
Sleepy Billy's my new best friend. Hello. I love you too.
And Seraph at the top of her parapet there, staring down, speaks in view of the rest of the Lizzie worms. She says, "The mouth must feed so that the body will grow, and when the body has grown, Shiigga will return." And with that, we end our session. Thanks for coming tonight, guys. Hope you had fun. Okay, so we return to the Underveld and to this cave that is the second outpost of the Lizzie Warrens, where now the waters, the pool of Shiigga is churning, and the mouth of Shiigga has been released from its inner chamber. Meek laughs and claps his scaled hands from a platform in view of the other two Lizzies that have fallen in the water, and of course our road killer captured road killers Effie and Constable Bippers. Constable Bippers has sustained a well, both of you guys are going to lose, I'd say. What are we at vigor wise?
5.
Constable Bippers, what are you at vigor wise?
I'm 5.
Okay, so you're both definitely going to lose 1 vigor point for being sort of roughhoused around with and then force-fed these eyes of Shiigga, which are pleasing to the palates of the Lizzies, but extremely offensive to the palates of surface dwellers like yourself. And we are also going to have Constable Bippers have lost an additional vigor point because you got your calf totally ripped up by, I believe it was Bruner, one of the Lizzie enforcers.
Yeah, that sounded like it hurt too.
And we are going to start the order with Meek. We're going to go, he can pass it off to the other Lizzies, and then whoever's last in the Lizzie order can pass it off to Bippers or Effie. Although if it is organic and you're having interaction, passing it off to you pass it off to whoever you feel, and we'll establish the order that way. So go ahead and start with Meek.
Okay. So have I witnessed a feeding before, I assume?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, after I have scoured every bit of little piece on that island of food, I'm going to just kind of like peek over with my claws and look down and check out what's going on with them as Shiigga feeds.
Okay. And I'll just interject that a little bit about the Lizzie perspective. It's not that lizzies aren't capable of friendship, but you just have to remember that they're not mammals. They don't have the like touchy, like they're capable of companionship. They're capable of like sort of familial feelings to some degree, but they just like don't have the attachment, sort of the like mammalian thing. So it's not like you're necessarily like happy to see your companions like about to be eaten by the mouth of Shiigga, but it's not like you're necessarily very upset about it either. And
Yeah.
anyways,
I'd say like I'm more peering over in curiosity to see what happens with them, because I feel like I know them better than the newcomers
right.
or the.
Oh, and you definitely feel something towards them versus the newcomers. You feel like animosity towards the road killers.
Oh yeah, I want them to die, but I'm more so just like almost hopeful to see if they'd survive, but not
Yeah.
like anything more so than that, I'd say.
Definitely. All right, so go ahead. It's all yours.
Yeah, I'm just staring down, and then I've honestly forgotten the other two Lizzie characters' names.
So we have in the swirl right now Salaman and Stubbs.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Salaman, and I want to see what they do next.
So, Solomon is just trying to come to terms with the fact that he is now a sacrifice, and just really trying to embrace that and just absorb everything that's happening to him. So he's just like waiting for the Eye of Shiigga, and just is like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna get out of this. I am willing to be a sacrifice for the Eye of Shiigga, and just gonna experience every moment of it. And I then looking over at Stubbs, what happens next?
So I'm freaking out right now. Like, fight for my life. I'm flailing in the water. Without a tail, my swimming's not the best, but I'm trying to get out of there as fast as possible. So I'm like making a beeline for the the exit right now. And I guess I'm going to take note of where the outsiders are, the road killers are, and, try to make sure that they're in between me and Shiigga while leaving.
All right, make a vision check, Stubbs.
I got like 23.
Okay, so you see this cavern, has this, it's a big pool around and it leads to a precipice in front of you, and behind you is the second outpost here. And atop the outpost is Seraph, who is sort of your, one of the matriarchs of the Lizzie clan. And you hear her call down to you as the stone has been raised, and the sort of there's a rush of ripple of water as some great mass of scale and sinew and odd, who knows what kind of horrible fishy, ancient presence moves through the water. And you see the spines of the mouth of Shiigga start to rise to the surface of the water, and you hear Seraph above begin screaming down to you. And she says, "Worms, worms, run and swim for your life. Escape the mouth if you can, and celebrate and revel in your destruction if you cannot. Meek, churn the waters. Stir the mouth into frenzy."
So I assume that means grab a bunch of rocks and just start chucking them in the water near people I want to die.
That's up to your interpretation.
I'm gonna throw a bunch of rocks start throwing a bunch of rocks near whoever is farthest away from Stubbs and Salaman.
That's would probably be Constable Bippers, who is awkwardly floating and swimming in the water. So we will go ahead and take a. You're just trying to throw him generally at Constable Bippers.
Just kind of in his direction, yeah.
Okay, so you're throwing rocks over there, and we pass to Bippers.
I guess I'm just trying to swim as fast as I can over to whatever rock I can get to, and I'm screaming at the guy who's chucking rocks at me to stop. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to swim as fast as possible and as hard as possible with my hobbled ass leg. I guess to the rock face where my feet are pointed to.
Okay. So go ahead and make a grace check. Grace or vigor, I'll let you choose. You're going to take disadvantage on the check because of your injured leg.
Okay. I got a 21.
Okay, so you managed to flop around through the water and go ahead and describe your egress.
I'm kind of like swimming in a series of circles, as if a fin only had one fish, but I'm getting there pretty quickly as a hobbled man. Just kind of making blood circles in the water as I go, and I get up, and I pick a big old chug of water out, and I look at my leg and say, "Ooh, that smarts." And I scream for Effie to get to the rocks as well, not the same ones as I'm on.
Okay, I am going to because I have a crystal clear memory of what happened last week. I know that I have a rope around my foot because Stubbs did a bad job tying it, and it fell off as I was going to the water, but it's still attached to me. So I'm gonna pick up the rope as I'm swimming. And I'm going to try and go see if I can scale the rock wall that's to where my feet are facing.
All right. So the rope is not really connected to anything. It's just sort of stringing back behind you. But we'll see.
I want it.
Yeah. Okay. So you just roll against failure here.
Okay. I got a 10.
All right, so you managed to pull and spool up the rope. That'll be one action, so you've got another action.
Swim towards try to grab onto the it would appear pretty vertical rock face right next to me.
Okay, and go ahead and grace or vigor check for that.
I'm gonna do grace. Nope, I got a 9. I got a 9. It didn't help. I went with the higher stat. It didn't help.
Okay, so you sort of get headed out, but you're just out of reach, kind of struggling with this rope on the way to that rock.
Okay, and I look up and I see Matt's character sitting there on the ledge.
I think we're going to have to pass to one of the other lizzies here.
Oh, right. I look over and I see, nope, Salaman swimming next to me.
So I was like, trying to meditate and just like accept my sacrificial defeat. And then as Meek was throwing the rocks over at Constable Bippers, I opened my eyes and actually saw the fins of the mouth of Shiigga or the eye of Shiigga, and then was like, fuck this. Immediately decided I wanted to live, and I'm starting to swim as fast as I can to the nearest cliff face here.
What is your vision score, Salaman? Or do you have one?
I think that last time I made a note. I have a vigor and a guile score from last time.
All right, so roll a d6 and give me your vision score.
Okay. 2.
All right, so you are there breathing in. Are you gilled? You have gills?
No, my thing. Oh gosh, if I can remember I feel
Your
bad I
gift?
didn't write down my special gifts.
That's
It
okay.
wasn't gills though. I didn't have gills.
I'll bring up the thing in a second and we can reconfirm that. But as you're resting in the water, you reach a moment of zen and you release all the breath stored in your lungs, and it bubbles up, and you just sort of are there breathless and witnessing. But as the bubbles clear, you suddenly see the mouth of Shiigga for the first time in its full form. And it is death itself staring at you. Horrible open mouth with many rows of teeth, many tongues, pure sort of manifestation of primal hunger and predatory instinct. And in this moment, essentially you have an ontological collapse. Everything that you thought you knew, everything that like is the sort of the faith and the sort of like the foundation of your belief system sort of collapses in on itself, and you decide, yeah, you don't want to die right now. Your vision score increases a point, and yeah, you can have your actions now.
Okay, so I am going to swim towards the nearest cliff face, the one that Effie is next to, and an attempt to scale up the cliff.
Okay, and I'm going to quickly run down the gifts of Shiigga and see if this jogs your memory. I think maybe you had venom glands.
I think we were allowed to have 2. I think maybe I had venom glands and then like the armor scales.
Oh yes,
or something.
armored scales. Yes, that sounds right. So venom glands, fangs/jaws, gills, extra fins that'll just like make you swim extra good. Bioluminescence, armored scales, electrogenic glands, prehensile tongue, cold blood, and spines. Those are some of the gifts of Shiigga. And so you attempt to swim over there. You'll have advantage since you're a Lizzie in the water here. So go ahead and make that check.
Am I doing a guile or?
It would be grace or vigor.
Okay. So I got a 16.
All right. So you swim right over to the ledge.
And then now I can try to scale up the cliff.
Yep. Roll against failure on that.
Okay. I got 11.
Yeah. I think that last time, basically, the Lizzies are like consummate climbers. So you basically like you get free movement on vertical surfaces unless they're like somehow super, super crazy slippery or something. So you can move right up and get back up there with Meek. And I'm going to step in and pass the order to Stubbs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go towards the wall, kind of north of me on the screen, I guess, towards where the priestess is, and I'm gonna try to climb up over there if possible.
All right, yeah. You will, unfortunately, because of your stubs, you're not the best swimmer, and you are going to have to swim past Shiigga here. So go ahead and make a grace or vigor check, and yeah, no advantage.
I got a 21.
All right, so you swim past the open mouth just as it like takes a big suck of water, and for a moment your little stubby tail is just like vigorously like whipping back and forth, just by instinct, even though it doesn't really add much to your propulsion, and you are reaching and pulling. And by the way, remind us what your gifts are. I know you have an electrogenic gland.
Yeah, I've got the electric gland and I have gills, so I don't have to breathe air.
All right, so you manage to pull yourself out from this vortex and reach the ledge. What's next?
So now I'm gonna look, like, now that I'm out of danger's way, I'm gonna look back and try to observe the sacrifice that's going on, and I'm gonna look over at Effie and kind of hope that she doesn't climb the wall.
Okay. From the top, as you pull out, you can hear Seraph begin to scream. She leans out over the balcony of this guard tower, and her long tongue is whipping back and forth angrily out from her mouth. No, 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 this is all wrong. The mouth must feed. The mouth must feed. Oh, that's rough on my voice today. All right, we are going to pass it down to Effie.
Okay, I'm gonna try to scale the wall.
Okay, go for it. Roll some bigger for us.
I have a 16.
All right, so you managed to climb up out of there with your rope and reach the ledge. And as you do, we have a chance for for Salaman to react.
Okay, so knowing that the Eye of Shiigga is hungry and needs some kind of sacrifice, I'm going to attempt to like push Effie back into the water. So yeah.
All right, so you guys are going to roll opposed vigor checks, and I am going to give disadvantage to Effie because she's like on the like precipice there.
I got a critical fail, so it doesn't.
Oh
probably
no!
doesn't.
All right.
Oh no.
So you describe that interaction, Salaman.
Okay, so I've had just got up myself right before Effie, so I could see her behind me, and then now I hear her, so I turn around, and then I could be like, no, Eye of Shiigga must have her sacrifice, and then I just like kind of go up and just punt her with my 2 front feet in the chest and just like try to get her back.
All right, so you push her and she goes flying backwards. It's quite an enthusiastic attempt, and lands like about right there and splashes into the water. Effie, I am going to give you another action now.
Well, I'm gonna swim to the other rock face where my head is now pointing.
So you don't have disadvantage, but go ahead and just you can move up to the you don't have to roll against failure, but you'll be nearly reaching that other rock face, that little promontory there.
Okay.
And you give us some flavor text and then pass the turn.
How am I the one that is stuck down here? And I look over and I say to Bippers, push that woman lizard down.
And I'm gonna scream, okay, yeah.
Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. You just go get her.
Okay.
So Bippers, you don't have the Great Wand anymore, or the armor you previously had, but your other objects are intact on your person.
Oh, good. Yeah, I really don't even have any. Yeah, I guess if it's my action here, I'm gonna begin my futile run over to the lizard lady.
All right, just full on run.
Yep, just gonna sprint right on at her.
What's your route there? Because the ridge the pool kind of goes back behind, but there's several kind of ways you could get there. So describe to us.
I figured I'd kind of pop over the plant there, kind of go around the backside of the little prison hut there, scale up the wall that she's on there. Easy as pie.
All right. You whip past this plant, running straight through it. One of the bulbous, fruity sacs of the Eye of Shiigga sort of slaps you in the face, releasing some juice and sort of bringing your stomach contents back up in your mouth after being force-fed so much of this horrible plant. You rush past there and give me a grace check to successfully get to the base of that tower.
9.
Okay. So you rush past the plant, you take a leap, and you go way short of your target. So instead of landing behind, you sort of land on front. Make another either grace or vigor check to like grab on to the like lattice on this front tower.
Oh, it's all grace from here on out.
All right.
And that is a nat 20.
All right. So you, with your critical success, grab onto this and you sort of like kind of sideways monkey bar across there and jump and reach the base of this thing up opposite of is that who is that?
It's Stubbs.
That's Stubbs.
Stubbs. Okay.
I would also like to say where he's standing is where I left a pile of rocks. I don't know if that's anything to do with anything.
Well, as I have no weapons, that's probably my best bet at this point here.
So I'm just letting that be known. That is exactly where I left my rocks I was eating.
All right, so you land there and you see this snarling creature with a big scarred stub of a tail across from you. You guys have a minute, and another reminder, oddly enough, that the lizzies speak the common tongue. Doesn't seem like it would be a likely thing. Sort of something to ponder. So you guys have got a minute. Go for it.
Road killer, you will die.
Yeah, well, you can eat a fucking dick, you motherfucker. You're under arrest as soon as I get all my shit back. I don't care. I rolled my ankle on these rocks a little bit too, so that hurt. Yeah, why are you trying to feed me to this fish, bro? Your religion is stupid.
Shiigga must feed.
Yeah, good. Feed her anything else. Anything else. Meat. Yeoman's gourd.
Sacrifice.
Oh, a
I'm
sack.
gonna charge Bippers now and throw him in the pit.
All right, so you charge over there across the rocks at him, and go ahead and describe your attack.
I am going to just try to grab him and throw him in. Yeah. Maybe lift him up over my head and toss him in the water, but I'm not sure if lizzies are quite that strong.
Okay. Well, what are your stats?
I have a 5 vigor.
Oh, okay. So you need to roll to engage against his vigor score. So essentially, you guys are going to do opposed. You roll to engage against his defense. So go ahead and roll for that. Does that sound right to everybody? It's been a while.
That sounds right. Which die is that though?
So he's going to roll a d20 and add his vigor score.
Oh, okay.
I got a 20.
Okay, 20 total. That's probably going to engage. So you guys are now engaged. So now if you want to grab him and like toss him, I'm going to say that that's opposed vigor score. Yeah, that's opposed vigor score.
And is that a D4 then?
D4, correct. So you guys both roll a D4, and the attacker's going to, take a tie.
And you don't add anything to that one, or do you add your vigor?
You don't add anything to that one.
I got a 3.
I got a 3.
All right, so you do toss Bippers into the water right there. Give us a quip as you do so.
You dick sucker motherfucker. I think those are the words you used. I don't know what that means, but I assumed they were insults. So
you suck dicker, mother dead liquor. All right, so you
compliment where I come from. I was trying to forge a bond between us.
So you toss Bippers back into the water, and he with a splash. Seraph shouts down from the top, yes, Shiigga must feed. And Stubbs, you get to pass it.
Solomon, get the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to pass it to Effie, I guess.
That's Stubbs passing it. Nice try, though.
I'm sorry.
Solomon, get the other. Don't let her escape.
Yes, Stubbs. Okay, so Salman, can you zoom out a little bit so I can see the path to where Effie is? Okay, so she's over there. Okay, so I am gonna make my way over to the to that cliff face near her head, just in anticipation of her potentially getting up there.
Okay, are you just gonna run around the rim?
I'm gonna do I'm like running on all fours, and I'm gonna do a neat little jump over that Shiigga plant, and then just kind of like scurry over to that cliff face.
All right. Just make a roll against failure, grace or vigor for us. I'm going to say vigor.
Okay. I got a 15.
All right. So you spin your turn, you run over here, and you sort of like take point right there. And go ahead and pass it.
Ah, you fool.
I think it's actually pretty organically going to pass to Effie. Sorry. And I'm
I was going to.
Yeah,
I
okay.
was in the middle of it.
Sorry. I'm getting used to this too, guys.
It's okay. Ah, you fool. You cannot escape Shiigga. And then I'm referring to Effie when I say fool.
I'll show you who's a fool. And I'm gonna wait. Damn it. I missed a step. And now this isn't gonna make sense. So I've said, I'll show you who's a fool, and then I'm going to try to tie my rope into a lasso and
Okay.
then swing it and wrap it around Salaman.
I'm going to say that a Cavalcadian girl has no trouble, even in underground cave water, tying a lasso. And so you whip a lasso out, no problem. You got another action there.
All right, I'm going to throw it around. I'm going to try to lasso Salaman and pull him down.
All right, so make a grace check with a d20 to target Salaman.
All right, grace is my thing. I got a 16.
All right, and what is your defense, Salaman? It would be 10 plus your grace score.
Okay. Oh, roll a d10 plus my.
No. It would be a static
just
amount.
Okay.
So since we kind of made these characters on the fly last time.
Okay, got it. My grace, I didn't have grace. I only have guile, vigor, and vision at this point. So
all right.
Should
so
I
we're gonna
roll
say
to
you
get
have
grace?
a 2 grace.
Okay.
And then you have an additional 2 to your defense because of your armored scales.
Okay. So then 10 plus 2 plus 2, 14.
Okay. So she managed to successfully lasso. So go ahead and describe that, Effie.
All right, I've got my lasso swinging above my head. I fling it over at her. The last thing I've said was, I'll show you who's a fool. I get it around her, and I just yank as hard as I can to bring her down into the water with me.
All right, opposed vigor checks.
I got a 13.
It would be on your either D4 or D6 if you had a 6.
Oh, why? Okay, it's a D4 then. I was adding. Okay, I got a 1.
I got a 2.
All right, so Salaman, you pull her a little bit out of the water as you back up, and so now she's sort of like dangling at the bottom of this cliff, and she's also got her feet braced against the cliff. So you're sort of like holding, like belayed on the one hand, and then you've got your, limbs at your side sort of sucked in, stepping backwards. You guys go ahead and have some dialogue.
What is this? Some cousin to the net?
Yeah. I guess you could say it's a net cousin. I don't know why you would though. Hey, I know things are really tense, but don't you think it's weird we speak the same language?
All right, and at this point, sort of Effie crests the ridge, and they're standing with this taut line between them, and they're both sort of like leaned back. So like Salaman's almost leaned off the promontory one way, and Effie's almost leaned off the promontory the other way. Continue.
I've never really thought about it before.
It must mean that we have more in common than we realize, and maybe we should work together, and neither of us should end up in that beast's mouth.
Shiigga is our god.
And at that moment, Seraph calls down from the balcony and screams with the fervor of a daughter of Shiigga. Her bug eyes sort of like bugging, and she says to you, Salaman, "Salaman, throw yourself to the mouth. Sacrifice yourself to Shiigga."
so I initially just kind of hesitate in my response, and then I've already decided that I will not die today, and I just am starting to try to wiggle out of my little noose there and trying to slither down to escape it, and then I still don't really, fully trust Effie, so I'm trying to slither away from her.
We're tickling with a Teal'c moment here, though. I just got a comment. Anyways, all right. So I think we're gonna pass it to who hasn't gone in a while. Meek. I think it's Meek's turn.
Yeah, I'm trying to chuck rocks at the back of Effie's head. They're over there all like chit chat and getting all friendly, and I just see.
Tell us how it feels for you to see this happening, for them chit chatting over here with Meek.
Baffling. I don't even think I have an emotion. Like I've never experienced an emotion like this, where a Lizzie and a road killer were having such a pleasant conversation in the midst of such an important event. So I'm like fervorously throwing rocks as hard as I can at Effie, trying to make this situation stop, try to refocus Salaman.
Also, as a reminder, I think that we established last time that like Salaman was higher on the hierarchy than both Meek and Stubbs, but below
Correct.
the. Okay, so just to add that.
Yeah, I'm trying to move up.
All right. So the confusion feeling in your stomachs is accompanied by indigestion, and you belch out a big rock into your hand,
no.
which you then hurl. And from your little rock cache in your second stomach, go ahead and make an attempt to target Effie. So you'll roll a d20 plus your grace score against her defense.
Okay. I got a 21 total.
I'm thinking that's a target. And so let's do, you're going to roll grace and she's going to roll vigor.
Got a 2.
I got a 4.
All right. She steps to the side, yanking sort of and changing the positions a little bit of her and Salaman as she goes. You got another action, Meek.
I'm gonna run or try to, I guess, walk around the side over there where Salaman walked around to get over there. At least as far as I can get to.
All right. You rush past the plant just as a, total unthinking natural motion. You like chomp down on some of the eyes of Shiigga as you move through it. And you start running around the rim there. And we return to the waters where, with a rush, the mouth of Shiigga turns towards Constable Bippers and starts to like swish over to you, and opens up, and like the water starts rushing in. So Bippers, go ahead and make a. Well, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the maddest of scrambles up the wall closest to me, without question.
All right, roll against failure to get out of the water here.
D20.
Yeah, d20. You can add your grace or vigor.
Well, good thing I have a 5 grace because it's an 8.
So what's your total?
8.
All right, so you managed to pull yourself barely out of the water. You have a handhold on some rocks, and you've got another action.
I'm gonna try to get my other hand up there. Try to, I guess, swing my body as much as possible out of the maw of this beast.
All right, give us another grace or vigor check there.
Fuck me. It's a 6.
All right, so you sort of like half-assedly plop, like sort of like you've got like two hands and one leg out of the water reaching up there, basically like right below Stubbs, and then the water is just like sucking behind you. And I want you to make one final I don't know what to do for this one. It's I think it's going to be a grace check. One final grace check.
Okay. That's the 20, right?
Yeah.
Please. Oh, nat 20.
All right. So your shoes get sucked off, and your pants, like, they come most of the way down, but you manage to like whip down and you pull your pants back on, and like before they like fly all the way off. So your boots get sucked into the mouth of Shiigga, and just like almost like one of those, YouTube videos where the machine like churns up like random garbage objects. That's what happens to your boots. They just get like churned into nothing, and like right before you, like tattered little scraps of leather. And
I just got my pinkies out.
And so let's go to Stubbs.
All right, now I've seen Bippers without his pants on. You have a small tail too. And I'm just gonna stand there and try to stay defensive on this rock, and not let Bippers get any higher.
All right. So suddenly, Stubbs, I want you to make you're being targeted. So let's see how that goes. Okay, so what's your, can we calculate your defense?
Yeah, so that's Grace, right? So it'd be a 15.
Okay, so you are there in a defensive posture over Constable Bippers, making sure that he gets into the mouth when suddenly you're hit sort of on the shoulder with a jet of slimy sort of fluid and water, and you spin and tumble in towards the water, towards the open mouth of Shiigga. And Shiigga is not content with this one piece. So you are now just like tumbling forward into the mouth. Make a grace check.
Oh.
There was like a big shooting right outside of our house.
A bunch of gunshots just happened out here.
Whoa, should we pause here?
No.
It happens all the time. I just wanted to move away from the window.
That one was like, holy.
Now that's dark. I'm assuming there's not a shooting range near your house.
Nope.
No, we basically live in downtown Champaign. It's not good around here now.
Yikes. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just press forward.
I think we're fine. Sorry.
Grace check.
I got a 24 on that Grace check.
All right, so you tumble forward, but you like stick out your limbs in every direction, and you are now sort of like poised, like, four limbs akimbo, like above the mouth of Shiigga, like on the like rim of its like lips. Basically, you're like, gummed up, like kind of standing there, like in the open maw. And give us a quip and then pass it to somebody.
Do I know that Seraph what's her name?
Seraph, yeah.
Seraph. Do I know that she was the one that shot me in the back? Can I infer that? Or does my lizard brain not know these things?
Yeah. You're gonna have to make a check for me, I think. Let's do a guile check.
Hey, 20.
Okay. It was the mouth that did this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Take the road killers, not me.
All right.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's it.
Who are we passing to?
Bippers.
All right. And I'm still just hanging on, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna scream up to Stubbs. Please, I'm sorry for everything I said. Please, just help me up. Please help me up.
Stubbs is like pointing over the mouth. I forgot to move the mini. Sorry.
Please help me up. My pants are gonna fall down, and everyone's gonna see my dinger. Please help me up.
Into the mouth?
He's basically like
Come
splayed.
with me, road killer.
Yeah.
I'm telling him to help me
No,
up.
yeah, but he's like in the mouth with you.
Yeah.
I don't care. My pants are gonna fall down.
He's on top of the monster. Okay, whatever.
I'll help you. And I'm going to try to reach to Bippers and pull him down into the mouth with me, I guess. I'm a little
All
bit
right.
confused, but both of us are going to go down in glory as a sacrifice.
All right. I'm gonna give you disadvantage because you're in a very perilous spot. But make a vigor check to target Bippers here. You are in reach of him. And remember, you have your. I don't want to metagame too much, but you have your gifts as well.
That is true. I got a 10, though, and that's without disadvantage. So
All right.
presumably not good enough.
That's good because I regret going all in on that.
So what does that mean without disadvantage? You got to roll to see what your worst one is.
Wait, my worst. Oh, sorry. That was my worst one.
Okay. So Bippers, this creature reaches out towards you, kind of like, but like sort of looks compromised as far as like it's very perilous positioned in the open mouth. So you have an action here.
Am I able to help him up?
Possibly.
Okay, I'm gonna try to grab out and grab him and swing him over.
All right. Make a vigor check. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this. I did this before. Don't think about it too hard, but I just like the mechanic. I want you guys to both roll a d20, and if you're within 5 of each other, then you can pull this off.
I got a 13.
I got a 12.
Okay, so Stubbs, with his Lizzie mind, reaches out to pull Constable Bippers to his certain doom, and in some incredible act of magnanimity, Bippers grabs and pulls Stubbs out to safety instead, and they both plop up on the rocks here. And you hear Seraph screaming above, No, this is all wrong. What's wrong with you, worms? And we're going to jump back as Meek is running across here, but we're going to jump back to Salaman.
So I'm still trying to slither out of the little like noose lasso thing that I have here. So what kind of check do I need to do to see if I can successfully slither out of there?
Guile check.
Okay.
You're going to get disadvantage because this is technology that literally no Lizzie has ever encountered.
Okay, I got a 9.
Yeah, so you don't slither out. You're caught. You're held fast.
All right. So I'm just going to go, release me, road killer.
All right, but hear me out. Your own god wants you dead. I don't know how to get out of here, and you don't have anywhere to go. I will let you out of this lasso when you lead me away from this water.
Shiigga requires sacrifice. Who do you suggest we sacrifice?
It's not going to be me, and it doesn't have to be you, as long as you lead me away from here.
And just then, Meek runs right into the mix. And you guys have sort of been pivoting here as you're kind of pulling and straining. There's a lasso going between you, and Meek like runs, straight into the situation here. So take it, Meek.
I'm kind of. I don't know. I feel like I'm sensing some disloyalty potentially from Salaman. But I'm just gonna straight up tackle Effie and try to take her into the water with me, and then hopefully also dragging Salaman in with.
All right. As you're doing this, make a vision check.
Okay. I don't have vision. Should I roll for that first?
Roll for it.
Oh, I got a 6. Cool.
Oh, wow. Meek the vision full.
Right, not what I would have thought. And then all right, so
He has an incredible vision, but it's all just focused on basically like what's for dinner next.
it's a great chef, yeah. Or like, yeah. So I rolled an 18. Plus 6 is 24.
All right,
So
so you're
just
wrecking.
to, oh,
Go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say, is Effie still holding on to the rope that's
Oh,
attached to
heck
me?
yes, I am. You are going into.
Okay.
If she's using you for like leverage to like get herself out of there, I assume she's holding on to that rope with dear life, for dear life at least. Yeah.
All right, so as you're running towards her, over your shoulder, you see, of course, you hear Seraph like wildly yelling and screaming. She has started to like throw spears down, kind of trying to like hit Bippers and Stubbs. And the mouth of Shiigga like lets out this like huge and like angry burp roar thing, just like, and then whoosh, like rushes down in a whirlpool and the big splash and like descends underneath the water. So go ahead. You're making a tackle. Do a check to entangle here against her defense. Yeah, she's going to have a little bit of penalty because she's engaged currently with somebody else here. So I'm going to say that she has effectively. No, I won't do that. We'll just go the straight check here.
You're talking about
Okay.
Effie?
Yeah.
Just rolling a d20, right?
Yeah, d20 plus your vigor.
I don't have that either. Let's figure out what that is. Oh, that's only a 2 somehow. There you go. Cool. All right. I got a 21.
All right, so you guys roll opposed vigor. You do hit her, but let's see if she goes over or whether she can avoid it.
Sorry, which one do I roll for that?
You guys are both roll your vigor die, which is probably a d4.
I got a 2. Yeah.
I got a 4.
Just Craig and Effie at the moment.
Oh, okay. Well, never
Or
mind.
not Craig, but Meek and Effie.
So I got a 2 as well.
All right, so that's a tie. Goes to the aggressor. You hit, and you both go tumbling over, pulling Salaman in your wake. And I'm going to give all 3 of you a check. Salaman at disadvantage to try and grab a ledge or something and avoid going over. It's going to have to be an exceptional check, and it's going to be a grace check.
So D20 plus grace.
Yep.
10.
Can Salaman be like shooting venom at Meek as this is all happening?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Okay, well that's what's happening.
All right.
That could explain the critical fail I just got.
So I got 10.
I also got a 10.
I got a 6 total, but rolled a nat 1.
All right, so Meek gets hit with this jet of venom, and debatably Effie gets a little bit of residual damage, but doesn't get the brunt of it. And Meek, I want you to roll a vigor check once more.
Yeah. How about another critical fail?
All right, so you get hit like directly in your big open mouth with this venom, and just like it goes right down, and
Out
your
of reaction, I'm like eating it.
You're just convulsing. You sort of like Pavlovianly like just opened and accepted this big squirt of venom, and so then it went right down, and you immediately are just like foaming at the mouth, convulsing.
Oh God, yeah.
You all three. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm so full of all those eyes of Shiigga. Like there's an event happening over here now. It's not just some casual like, oh no, I got some gross poison acid in my mouth. It is, yeah. There's
It's
a lot.
Full-on waterfall situation. And you go down just like basically seizing, and you all 3 hit the water, and Meek, you are just like sort of floating helplessly on the top of the water here. And as you hit the water and as you're like sort of seizing in confusion, you feel this rush, and whoosh, you disappear under the water and just blackness. And I think we get a reaction from Stubbs on that account. And Seraph screams in delight, "Yes, the sacrifice has begun!"
My head hurts. Why does this road killer help me? And then I'm gonna try to push Bippers back into the water.
That seems appropriate.
But not just like push. I'm gonna try to tackle him into the water. So like I'm going with him into the water to make sure he stays in there.
You're a motherfucker, aren't you?
All right. I think you guys are already engaged in that case. So go ahead and roll opposed vigor.
You said we already are engaged?
Yeah.
I got a 4.
I got a 2.
All right. So you guys likewise go tumbling over and into the water. Kersplash.
I'm screaming, I kind of trusted you as we fall in.
Small tail. And I'm gonna keep a hold of him and just like swim downward because I have gills.
Oh, damn. Okay. So you're swimming downward, holding on to him. Roll a vigor to like keep a hold of him. You guys roll another opposed vigor check. Like not have him break, from your grasp here.
I got a 2.
I also got a 2.
All right, so you pull Bippers down and you guys descend from the water. You see the dark form of the mouth somewhere off in the distance through the water and the bubbles. And who are we passing to now? It's a Bippers turn, I believe, I'd say.
I'll pass to Bippers.
Man, not really much I can do here. First thing is I'm going to pee because I think that might give me some advantage and make me not as tasty to the beast. And then I'm going to try to wriggle away. Hopefully the pee will help with that from my captor here.
Okay.
I'm pretty grossed out by the pee.
Oh, thank God.
You pee. And what else do you do?
I guess I'm just trying to like punch and kick him and wriggle and trying to get out of his shit so I can float up to the surface and get that sweet oxygen that we all need.
All right, give us an opposed vigor check here, guys. And now Bippers is the attacker.
4.
Got a 4 as well.
Right, Bippers breaks the tie, though. Bippers, do you have any special attacks?
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him where I assume his balls are, and give him the finger as well.
Like,
Mechanically speaking, though, do you have any special attacks? Is that a part of your ability list?
I have the one frenzy, but I lose like 2 vigor, which I think would at this point, given my stat loss, put me negative. So no, I don't have anything.
All right, but you do manage to kick off. You do manage to kick off Stubbs here, and you separate from him, and you've got another action.
Swim to surface as fast as possible.
All right, so you tear up towards the surface, leaving Stubbs a bit behind you. He's a little bit slow in the water, and Stubbs, I want you to make a grace check.
Ow, my balls. D20 grace, I assume.
Yeah.
I got a 13.
All right, Stubbs, you feel somewhere deep in your lizard brain a deep sense of dread as there's a rush behind you, and you see this like a pinhole closing around you as you're looking up towards Bippers. Your vision just sort of like kind of constrains, and you realize that you are in the mouth of Shiigga, and it is like closing around you, and then blackness. All right, and we are going to go to Salaman now.
So I'm currently, what's going through my head, I have I am aware enough to realize that Effie is trying to establish some kind of social connection, but I just don't really care about that. I don't necessarily have distaste for her, but I'm just focusing on trying to get out of the water. So as far as I know, I still have the lasso tied around me. So I'm going to try to slither out once more and hope that being in the water gives me advantage to slither out.
Okay. So go ahead and make a guile check. And yeah, I think being in the water will help with that. So we'll give you advantage.
I got a 19.
All right. So you slither out of the thing and you come to the surface. And as you bob from the surface, a spear is heading straight towards you. And so I want you to make a, well, I have to make a roll, actually. What is your defense as Sam?
Do I do, because before I added grace to that, is that still what I?
It's just your defense would be 10 plus your grace.
Yeah, okay. But I get +2 for my armor, so 14.
Okay, so you get hit like in the shoulder, kind of like right in the cleave of your shoulder by a spear, and it just like knocks all the breath out of you, and you like, you know, sort of involuntarily spurt your venom out, and you see up along the parapets the wicked grin of Seraph, who has just speared you, presumably in an attempt to promote the sacrifice here. So you take a point of damage. And what was your vigor again?
My vigor is 4. How many hit points do?
That means you have 4 hit points. So
Okay.
yeah, you're down to 3.
Okay.
And you're letting blood out into the water. And you have another action. You're now sort of like impaled with one of these long spears.
So it's stuck in my shoulder?
Yeah, it's like through you, like
Okay,
going in
okay.
one side, out the other.
Okay. Well, I'm still gonna try to make my way toward what can I do like a vision check to see where the lowest cliff face is, like where would be the easiest? Well, I guess towards where Bippers and Stubbs are having their whole tiff. Those cliffs over there. I'm gonna try to wiggle my way that way.
All right, so Stubbs has just disappeared beneath the water near there, and as you swim over this way, kicking, you feel a force from below, and whoosh, you get sucked down, and blackness from Salaman. And just as this is happening, some familiar figures arrive on the promontory, and we see Alka, and we see Craig, and inexplicably floating across the, we see both Sleepy Bill and sorry, what the hell is Lord Yenik, just like kind of surfing in on this wave towards this way. Both of them sort of like, Yenik is kneeling in the back of the door, and Sleepy Bill is right in front of him. There's this like, you know, triumphant sort of bleat from Sleepy Bill, and we will take it with Craig here. Craig is, by the way, wielding the Great Wand.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, there you guys are. What's going on over here? And
Shoot her. Shoot the tall lizard.
Her.
yeah, I look around for this lizard woman they're speaking of. I don't know what they're talking about yet.
All right, so you see this big pool and a bunch of commotion going on, and you see this screaming sort of she-Lizzie up on the parapet who is throwing spears down from up there, and she sees you and chucks the spear towards you, Craig. And what is your defense?
Oh, let me flip back to that.
All right, she misses you. It like flies over your head.
Yeah, I'm super tough. Watch out.
And so what do you do?
I kind of look at that area and just instinctively I I get ready to fire this giant wand of mining wand thing in that direction.
All right, and I cannot recall whether there was a charge on the wand. Does anyone explicitly
I
recall?
don't
There
think
was
there
one
was.
on there.
Is there?
I think there's one.
I think that you're right. It's a double charge wand, and I think there's one charge left.
Yeah.
So you can go ahead and belt this thing out. Make a target based on your grace score. So yeah.
Okay. And I'm mostly going to be targeting the structure, I think, rather than the Lizzie itself.
Well, then just roll against failure to just like beam out on the on the structure there.
Okay. And what kind of check did you say that was? Was that vision?
That would be grace.
Grace? Okay, I got a 19.
All right, so describe to me your path of damage from this big, like, it's like a 2-second, like, laser burst, basically.
So I see that spear fly near me, and I kind of look across, and I don't imagine that I was facing straight ahead at it already, but I kind of already immediately start pulling the trigger and then just kind of sweeping across kind of prematurely, but then eventually going through and kind of just cutting down that tower in half.
All right, so yeah, you cut a big swath along this thing. It like kind of chunks off and falls forward, and it's like lit up, from the spots you hit it. So it's like it's been damaged severely. Big, lights up, and I'm gonna roll for. You see that Seraph, in a shriek, dives off of like an Olympic diver, just like turning in the air and just like whoosh, like splashes underneath the water, and then you see her just sort of like whoosh, like rush off, and as she rushes by, she like spins and her spines go and give another. We're gonna try to hit Constable Bippers. That's a 20. So that's another point of vigor damage for you, Constable Bippers, as she sort of just like spines past you, saws, and then like goes over this way. Yes, I think we probably are going to go to Bippers now.
Yep, I'm going to. I guess I can't really go to the burning structure area.
And I know we've been playing it loose, guys, but sorry to interrupt, but pay attention to who you pass it to. We're going to maintain this order now.
Okay. I guess I'm trying to go to the closest platform to me there, and then from there I'll just try to avoid the burning structure.
Okay, so you swim over to here, and then give me a vigor check to pull yourself out here.
I got 23 total.
All right, so you pull yourself up onto land, and this kind of collapsing structure is burning above you. You got another action.
Shit. I'm gonna try to climb around the side and oh no. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try to wait. Do I still have my regular wand on me, not the great wand?
Yes, you do.
Oh fuck. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try to go up and.
Too backhanding of me to remind you of that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna try to shoot. The lizard lady from where I am.
So you see her, Seraph, like kind of rears up out of the water, claws exposed as if she's going to, like, with her needle-like teeth, jump and bite on Sleepy Bill. So, yeah, you target and fire and land one right in her back, because you've got that True Strike stuff, right?
Yes, right in the back, like the coward I am.
Yeah, so you execution style shoot this lizard woman in the back, and big flare, and she screams out and sort of is smashed to the side and disappears under the water. And then there's a big sort of churn, and we see these fins surface again, moving towards Effie.
Oh, well, before that, I'm gonna blow out. I'm gonna blow on my wand and say, "Sorry, I got bigger fish to fry."
All right, I got an award and a point for that catchphrase. So just mark this somewhere on your sheet there, Bippers.
Amazon gift card.
That's basically your. It's like a heroic, kind of moment point. So you can use that. You can spend that at some point to. Well, you'll just get advantage on your next attack, I think.
I'll need that.
What we'll do there. So we're gonna go to Effie.
Okay, I'm gonna swim as quickly as I can to the rock cliff that I originally climbed, the one that's to my character's right.
All right, so you reach the cliff with your first movement. Make a vigor check to haul yourself out.
I got a 3.
All right, so you struggle, but fail to climb up far enough to get out of the water. Go ahead and pass your thing.
Wait, it's a vigor check is the D4 one, right?
In this case, you would do a D20. And,
Oh, okay, well, I did not. Okay, in that case, I got a 21.
All right, so you scramble up out of the water and pull yourself, kind of panting and heaving onto the platform there.
Okay, I'm gonna look down at Lord Yenik and yell at him to get out of the water.
Ooh, Bill, these are some dangerous waters. We should get out of here. And I'm gonna paddle over with Bill, and try to climb the cliff to my right.
Okay. So you guys float over there, like here or here.
Further to the right, like next to that plant, like under where that plant is.
Okay, so you guys float over here, and you might be able to throw Sleepy Bill up there with your next action.
Well, that seems worth it. So I'm gonna toss Bill.
All right, make a vigor check.
I got a 17.
All right, so you easily toss Sleepy Bill. What? And he jumps up there, and he immediately starts gnawing on the eyes of Shiigga, just chomping at him. And Sleepy Bill doesn't have really much in the way of eyes himself, So he's just kind of smelling it out, just nom, nom, nom. All right, and you pass your turn. It's gonna be Alka, so I'm just Alka, you're there.
Yeah, so if I recall from last time correctly, when we were wading our way towards this area, my bow was already pulled, ready to go. So I'm going, not knowing anything about their culture here or what Shiigga means to them, I'm just gonna try to shoot an arrow straight at this weird finned looking creature.
Okay, go for it. Target this creature.
So I get with my Deadeye or whatever, it's already targeted, right?
Oh, so it's targeted. So go ahead, and it's going to have opposed vigor to you. And you're going to roll your grace.
Okay. So I got a 3.
All right. So you sink an arrow into this thing, and it sort of lurches in response. You hear again that horrible burping scream, and then it disappears beneath the water. Whoosh. And Seraph is nowhere to be seen. Combat is over. So we are going to enter non-combat time, and you guys go ahead and pass it freely now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just turn to Greg and be like, man, what was that thing?
I have no idea. It was crazy, though. I'm sure glad we got Sleepy Bill out of the water, though. How are you doing over there, Bippers and Effie? Whoever wants it.
I'm doing fine. I'm missing a part of my leg, and I'm confused as to why Yenik is now taking on a farmer affect now that he's a goat.
Parenthood changes us all.
It does.
All this time in this cave with Sleepy Bill. I'm still in the water, so I'm gonna climb out. And thanks for the help, everyone. I don't know why I'm the only one still in the water.
All right, you climb up out of the water and join Sleepy Bill there. And so I'm going to take back the scene here, but you guys group and just make your plans here for what's next.
Okay.
I'd like to everybody catch up with each other, at least have that like established. If anybody
Yeah,
wants
go
to.
ahead and take a few minutes, guys. It's all you.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask, Effie, Bippers, has there been any sign of Rollin?
No, we have not seen Rollin, but we have seen a lot of different things.
I've lost a lot of blood, guys.
I can heal you. That's I think my role here.
I don't want to trouble you. If it's, are you sure?
Yeah, I think I can do that.
You're getting real blurry.
Yeah, so I forget how this actually works. I spend a somnium, I roll a die, but I'm not sure which one that is. But we'll do that when Woody gets back.
You tried eating any of this fruit? It looks pretty tasty. I can't really get
No,
a good,
no,
good
no, no,
look
no,
at
no,
it.
no, no, no.
I hate it.
Ugh.
What?
Well, it looks pretty good. Was it almost like glowing over there? Oh, that's
It's-
gotta be
no.
good for you.
You know, it's
Those
weird.
sparkles-
One of the lizzies kind of reminded me of you, and he actually vomited it into my mouth.
Oh, a little baby bird situation? That's adorable.
No, it was not. No, it
No?
was not.
So like what was up with that one Lizzie throwing spears at everybody?
I straight up have no idea, but let's leave.
Let's leave. Like we're not gonna go
What about
save
Rollin?
Rollin?
I mean,
Like,
now that they're
No.
all dispersed, we gotta find Rollin.
We've got
Like-
Sleepy Bill, and he tracked you guys down.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have anything of Rollins.
That's
unless-
Sleepy Bill is Rollin.
yeah,
it-
just
I-
have s-
He's Rollin's pet.
All right, fine.
Friend.
But the second I see one more Lizzie, I'm leaving.
I
Well,
don't.
now you guys, I'm just gonna say, now you know how I felt when I was being attacked by the Lizzies, and you were the one that was like, "Oh, let's
I
be
know.
friends with the
I know.
Lizzie."
I know.
You
It
know,
was a
okay.
cavalcadian in me. I regret it. Never again.
Oh, you guys are acting like you're the
easily.
first ones to have a like near death experience or something.
You
Okay,
get
well,
smoke eye.
Now you're one of your drawbacks is that you're really good looking. I don't even think that's making sense to me.
I wish I fucking died, and that's just not my usual depression. That's me wanting abilities.
Hey man, if anybody else just wants to go on their way and find out like a cool creepy mask that summons mud people, I guess does anybody want to wear it? I'll gladly pass it on.
No, I'm good.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, last time I
Yeah.
took something, a big fire monster came out. So no, I think I'm good.
Yeah,
More
can I-
than I'm averse to change.
so yeah, like so we're gonna get Rollin, right? Y'all are good to go.
Fine.
All right,
You've
Sleepy
come this
Bill,
far.
lead the
You're-
way.
I wonder if Sleepy Bill can be rowed now. I feel like I've done a lot of work carrying him this far in the water. I want to just like ride Sleepy Bill.
Effie, do you have any input on that? I feel like with your
I
horse
have
expertise.
literally all of my things are animal related.
Can
And yes, you should ride him.
yeah, are goats strong enough to support a full-grown person?
I don't know. Are you like a weakly aristocratic man, or are you like
Yes, I am.
a solid? No, I think you'll be fine if you
Okay.
have sort of like a wayfish frame. Yeah,
Yeah.
go
Great.
ahead.
Yucky.
All right, Sleepy Bill is stout. This is definitely pushing it though. Somebody can give me, argue the check that they want to make this happen.
I can carry the shield.
Yeah,
I-
I think it's technically still locked to my arm. I'm not sure that's like an option.
Oh,
Could
I
I
think
just, like,
that's an
walk-
oversized load. We don't have the clearance.
Just
I could
walk
just,
next to him with it.
I could use my animal sense to give Sleepy Bill emotional support as
I
he
could
tries to.
Also, do that exact same thing.
Shoot the goat in the yes.
So I want Alka and Effie to like conglomerate and like assemble their tell me how you're going to do this and give me a compounded check here. You can assist each other here.
I just want to try to be the motivational support that Sleepy Bill needs. Just hype him up. Just be like, you can do it. You're such a good little goat. And Lord Yenik he
Give us
really
some
isn't that
roleplay.
big.
We'll play.
Okay, oh wait, so am I talking to Effie or are we talking to
You're
Sleepy
talking to
Bill?
Sleepy Bill, I'm assuming. You
Okay.
guys, all three of you are in it now.
All right. Okay, Sleepy Bill, you can do this. Yenik, he's got a small frame. He's nothing. He's nothing to you. I mean, I'm sure Rollin had to be heavier, so
Onward,
let's go.
speed. And I'm just gonna jump on it.
Okay, well, Yenik, take it easy. Okay. All right, Sleepy Bill, you got this. You are strong as an ox.
Sir, I just met you. You've got this. You can carry him. Take us to Rollin.
Yes.
All right, as you speak Rollin's name, Sleepy Bill, his like I would say his eyes light up, but it's more just like the folds in his face like open up and there's just more folds under there. Because he's just this like underground goat.
Yes.
And you notice kind of regarding Sleepy Bill for the first time, like much like the dwarf in stock, he is like stout. Like he's like small, so he's a goat, but he's built, and he like sort of like lifts his like and you see he's got all these folds in his nostrils. He's sort of got like almost like little like ridges, like little bumps on the end of his nostrils, and he like takes a big whiff in and sort of starts to like patter like away like along and I want you guys to both make a check here about handling the animal for Sleepy Bill. So I think that's going to be a guile check for both of you guys. And I believe that Alka's got some advantage to that roll.
With the D20?
With a D20.
I got an unnatural 20.
Okay, I got, sorry. Where's my, oh, okay. I got 18.
Okay, so you guys like really just like soup up Sleepy Bill. You're there, like there's so much sort of like feminine, like encouraging energy going on, and Sleepy Bill is just drinking it in through his wool, and he hops off with little like jockey-sized Lord Yenik on his back, and Lord Yenik's kind of got his shield over the top, sort of like it's time for the tables to turn, and he and Sleepy Bill go shooting off down the corridor. You guys are at this point, you've kind of passed through this burning structure as it's crumbling, and there's a long sort of hallway with shallow water in this tunnel that feeds the pool of Shiigga. So they go careening off into the darkness. Basically, Sleepy Bill doesn't seem bothered by it, and you guys establish your order going forward here.
I'll go.
I imagine I'll be kind of near the end just because I've got the heavy coat and the big blasting wand at this point still. Unless you want those back, Bippers.
I
No.
imagine Alka and me are trying to stay close to the goat.
Yeah,
or
I'm
inspiring.
definitely hanging out by Sleepy Bill. I'm just gonna keep saying, do it for Rollin, do it for Rollin.
Yeah, I'm just sprinting as close to the goat as I can behind him, as I'm inspired by a goat.
Does anyone have a light, or is it just like complete darkness?
It's complete darkness. You guys have to have a light to like see what's going on.
Okay, great. I'm night blind, so
Okay,
I'm not doing that.
Okay. Does anybody have a torch on their person?
Don't you have like that crazy fire axe?
Yeah, but that does a lot of damage to me when I use it, so I like to only use it in case of emergencies.
I have a rope. We could.
What?
do
Yes,
something
I've
with.
heard of rope burn before. Maybe we could use that to light a torch.
Maybe we can just, I mean, Sleepy Bill seems to be able to navigate this area fine. I think if Effie and I just kind of at least put our hand out so we can feel him to where he's going, then we can keep up, and then maybe you guys can just, just use your echolocation to try to follow.
I just set that whole like encampment on fire. Can someone just go run back and light a torch, or we'll light a torch on our way out?
I'm on Sleepy Bill.
I mean,
I'm encouraging Sleepy Bill.
yeah, me
Craig.
too.
Craig.
I've got this heavy blasting coat and a two-handed like
clear,
mining laser.
Lord Yenik shot off into the darkness on Sleepy Bill's back. Now, shot off is an exaggeration. They're not going very fast. But they're like clipping through the darkness. They're like a little bit ahead of you guys. So I think I heard that Bippers was next in the order, or was it Craig?
I'm last, so probably Bippers.
Okay.
Well, I mean, Effie and I are supposed to be not too far behind Sleepy Bill because we're still shouting emotional support when needed.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
so
it's us and then
behind
Pepper.
you, the girls are holding hands, kind of like running down, like cheering on Sleepy Bill. Who's
Grab the back of their shirts, both of them kind of like a ski dog team as I run.
all right, and then Craig brings up the rear, right?
Yep.
And okay, so so as you guys follow down here a ways, you're running across this through this tunnel, weaving around, splashing around. Every once in a while, Sleepy Bill will stop and seemingly just like be sleepy, you know, and sort of like kind of like randomly just be sort of like and like slow down. He needs a little bit of goading. He needs a little bit of encouragement. What are you going to do to get him going again?
I'm gonna kick his ribs and say onward.
All right. Kick Sleepy Bill in the ribs. Make a guile check. This seems very out of character for Lord Yenik.
I want you to know that I think this is similar to like riding horses. You know, like I'm picturing this as a much stouter animal than it is. And I got a 4 on my guile.
All right, so you kick Sleepy Bill and he bucks you right off and like onto your butt. And so you land like on the door, like sort of floating around like in the shallow water. And Sleepy Bill, you know, is kind of been agitated by that. So he keeps heading off towards what is presumably Rollins' scent. So you are now trailing behind Sleepy Bill, and that the rest of the tournament is established. You all move for a while through the tunnels here, and as you move, the scenery sort of starts to change, and there starts to be all this bioluminescent sort of life growing along the cavern walls, and now things are lit up, and you're starting to be able to see as you walk through the water. It's a very surreal scene, and you know, as you're stepping, sort of there's the reflection of the whatever this bioluminescence is around you, and sort of each of your steps sort of causes ripples to go out through this. It's very beautiful and sort of eerie. And Sleepy Bill casts quite a stunning figure as he sort of leads the group. So I want you guys to go ahead and take a round of commentary here. You got a minute, all of you guys.
Guys, this is really cool. I know I'm not one to be sentimental or positive about anything in any way, but I can't stop looking at these bioluminescent plants, y'all.
This doesn't seem like a Lizzie hideout anymore.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Beautiful.
Bill might be confused.
Do we know that I guess he found us, right? So presumably he is leading us the right way.
No, we found him in the bottom of one of those watchtowers.
Yeah, but he's been leading Lord Yenik, you know.
Well, I
through-
mean,
Guys, about
there wasn't
that,
really any other path that way other than just like
All
the
right.
one.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna have faith in Sleepy Bill, even if you don't.
Don't get me wrong, I love Sleepy Bill. I'm just trying to be factual.
You saw his folds light up when he heard Rollins' name.
I do remember that. Yeah.
it was a pretty magical moment.
I'll never forget it.
A goat's folds light up. Just like I'm going to remember seeing these plants light up. We are looking at the face of God, folks.
I say we trust Sleepy Bill's instincts and continue on.
I'm gonna like try to scrape off some of that wall light and put it in my pocket. Is essentially what I want to do. Backpack's probably more of the true term, but I want some of that for later.
I
Go
don't
ahead
know.
and make a guile check there, Craig.
All right. Oh, you said guile?
Yes.
How do you feel about a 25?
Okay, so you managed to collect this a mass of whatever this sort of fungal something or other is. It's sort of like sort of the density of like a little burl of wood. It's actually kind of more dense than you expected,
Oh,
and
interesting.
it's cold to the touch.
Ooh.
And you collect some and put it in your bag, and it continues to glow.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And you notice like as it sort of like anyways, it's glowing.
Fuck yeah. Cool.
I would say at this point maybe it'd be a good time for everyone to take a quick like intermission and sort of take stock of like what your character's carrying, because I think we don't do that enough, and it probably will be useful in the immediate future. So how about a 2-minute intermission, and we'll reassemble.
Okay, sure. I'll be right back.
And that reminds me, I really need to make an intermission graphic. And so as you march down the caves, things continue to glow, and soon you're walking through shallow water, but then return to there's sort of a path, a little trail of kind of cracked rock that it's sort of ambiguous whether it's laid by, hands or whether it was just a natural feature of the cave. And you guys are, whoa, okay, I didn't plan that transition. You guys are marching along through the light here, and you see ahead a scene. I want Lord Yenik to make a vision check.
I got a natural 1.
Natural 1. Okay, Lord Yenik, all you can see is Sleepy Bill's sleepy little butthole in front of you.
All right, guys, there's nothing up ahead. We just got to keep going.
And we'll go ahead and start the passing the turn order here.
I don't know who's right behind me, Effie or Elka. Do you
Yeah.
guys see anything up there? All I see is this goat's butthole.
I'm gonna push up next to Sleepy Bill, try to get in front of them or next to them, and look around.
All right, you're definitely at disadvantage, but go ahead and make a vision check.
I got a 1.
All right. So you also quickly notice that you didn't really see it before, but Sleepy Bill's got like quite a he's like all gray all around him, but then he's got just like a bright orange tuft of fur right above his butthole, and so it sort of draws your attention. You're like, yeah, that's Sleepy Bill's butthole.
Yeah, I don't see anything either, guys.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in here and see if I can see anything. Okay, so I got a 22.
All right, so you peer through the darkness, Alka, and you see ahead a kind of a room forming, and it looks somewhat evacuated, but upon closer inspection, you see what look like some lizzie brutes kind of waiting in the wings in these little installations here. And you see another sort of similar to Seraph, another matriarch up here. And then you think that you see a huddled shape within this structure, but you can't quite make out what it is.
Okay, having my bow still loaded, I'm gonna be like, you guys, could you take 2 seconds, like, to not be looking at Sleepy Bill's butthole, and like, there's lizzies ahead, and then I'm gonna target on that middle lizzie and try to shoot my arrow right at it.
Okay, go ahead and roll opposed. Roll your grace. Your grace die.
Okay, I got 3.
Okay, do you have any special attacks?
I have my rapid reload and my dead eye. That
okay, yeah, special attack is different, but keep that in mind, guys, because we're gonna definitely be leveling up after this session, and taking some special attacks could be a cool idea. Whenever you tie on a opposed check like that, you get to execute a special attack as the attacker. So you do hit, and you hear, so your arrow whizzes out through the darkness and sort of the light of the bioluminescence, and whoosh, and sinks into this matriarch. Where do you hit her?
I'm trying to hit right.
Not a kill shot, but
right in the eyes.
Yeah, it's a little bit too dramatic for just the one shot, the first hit here.
Okay. Okay. So, you want me to pick somewhere else? Okay.
So you
I
so you go for her eyes, but you sort of like pierce one of her frills above her head, and it it
Okay.
obviously sort of scalps her, and you hear her scream out. This one is definitely older than Seraph. You can hear it in her tone of her voice. Ah, road killers, they're here, the road killers. And then you hear some of the other ones shout, and the sort of brute-looking, sort of shark-headed ones emerge from their perches. My maiden, they've injured her. Quickly, the road killers have. They've struck a char.
okay. Can I pass it on now or?
You've got another action.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to hit her again. This time I'm aiming for like her waist region.
All right, so you rapid reload. You're already targeted, so go ahead and roll opposed vigor again.
Okay. Okay, I got 22.
All right, so you hit her again right in the abdomen, and a big splurt of some kind of bilious fluid shoots out. She goes down to one knee, and you see that one of the brutes quickly rushes up to her and climbs up the ladder and sort of scoops her up, and he says, Echar, no! And like scoops her up, and then the other one jumps down here and starts like charging towards you guys.
Craig, can you get a sense with your fog if Rollin is nearby?
I can't quite yet. Let me get closer up. Let me get up closer to the front, and I can check it out here in a second.
Right.
And when I
passing it to you, Craig.
all right, and when I say that I'm kind of lying, I'm walking straight ahead, and I'm just going to focus on this one Lizzie that started approaching us.
All right, so you're sending the fog out towards it?
Oh no, I told her that I'd check it out. I'm not doing that at all. I'm walking forward and I'm engaging that Lizzie.
Okay, so you can definitely.
I would like to say that I also dropped the big mining laser back behind everybody before I do that, if that requires an action.
No, it doesn't require an action. You can just drop it.
Okay.
And you head out front there. You can use a full movement to get up to it if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to get it right up there. Yeah.
Okay, and so you get up and you see again sort of one of these big brute male sort of like bull lizzies, flat head almost like a shark, some piercings along the ridge of its sort of like bifurcated eyes, and it's just like got teeth open like coming at you, and it's kind of muttering in its breath, for a char, for a char.
I'd like to say for Rollin, and I'm gonna just punch him.
All right,
because I can understand him, right? Yeah. So
your turn's expended. Go ahead and pass your action.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. Bippers, what do you think about all this?
I have one charge left on my wand, and I need to stay the fuck back. I need someone to heal me. I need to stay the fuck back and away from these things for the time being. That's what I think. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold back. I'm going to try to stay behind Yenik's door as they approach.
You say you need healing? Sure.
Yes, if you'd like.
You cast a healing touch.
I'm already behind your door without your permission, so yeah.
Oh man. Can you remind me how the healing works?
Yeah, you expend a somnium, and I believe you roll based on your vision score to heal.
Okay. I got a 2.
All right, so you heal Bippers for 2 points.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna be like, stay behind me, Bill, and I'm gonna get into a defensive position.
All right, and you slap your shield/door down and start marching forward with Bippers in the formation with like his wand like over your shoulder, sort of tactically, and then Bill is just like kind of like blindly like nuzzled like into the back of Bippers.
Sorry. What's going on up there, Alka or Effie? I don't know if anyone's up there. No, you guys are behind.
We're behind you, dick.
Yeah, I'm blind. I can't stop looking at this goat's butthole. Alka, finish the main person.
All right, so I'm gonna try to shoot at the Lizzie that's right in front of Craig. I'm gonna aim for his chest, and let me do my roll here. I only got a 9.
You're shooting at the one in front of Craig, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You shoot an arrow and it whizzes past them both. And sort of this thing's got some kind of like a armored, it's hard to tell whether it's part of his biology or whether it's something that's been like kind of strapped to his wrist, but he sort of raises a buckler, a little turtle shield thing, and it bounces off of that. And then as you do so, you, with your continued sort of good vision check here, you see back on the parapet here, this priestess sort of figure sort of shaking and sort of shakes off the brute and says, "Put me down, you fool." And then she like raises a clawed hand, and in a like kind of burst of red energy, you see kind of cursing around her, she appears to have healed herself. And she says, "How did the roadkillers get here? Why was this not reported to HR?"
Okay, sorry. That's funny. I with my rapid reload, I'm now gonna adjust my aim and shoot again at HR and go right for the throat if I can.
All right, roll your opposed vigor check here.
I got a 15.
All right, as you shoot, the brute steps in front of to protect HR and takes an arrow like right in the chest and doesn't seem visibly bothered by it.
Well, that was my last action. Effie, I know that you can't really see anything, but is there anything you can do?
Oh, is this cave dark?
Yes.
Alright,
Well,
I guess
we've got some bioluminescent lights, so that's going to help you out. I think you're not going to take disadvantage here, but you're going to have some disadvantage to like vision checks. You're not going to have, you're not going to have trouble getting around. Really, it's dark for you. Yeah.
All right. I'm. Do we know if Rollins is even here? Can anyone check that?
There's a dark figure up ahead, but I can't tell who it is quite yet.
Can't you use your fog sense?
I'm in the middle of combat. I have to meditate usually to. It's more of a peaceful.
All right. This better be worth it, you guys. And then I'm gonna jump off into the water below. That is water, right?
Yeah. So you jump off sort of and can just like swim up this way if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna swim. I'm gonna try to stay like as low to the water as possible and not get seen, but go towards the cage.
Okay. Make a guile check for us.
$12.
And by the way, because the lizzies are lower kind of intelligence creatures and they're more animalistic, make an argument when you think that you should get some advantage, and we can play with that. So you head off through the water, and because this first brute is engaged with Craig, it seems not to notice you as you sort of like float by. And so you can get up to about there. And through the dim light, you cannot see very well, but there is a figure sort of like seated somewhere in here, sort of hunched down, but still a silhouette to you.
All right, I silently glance back up at Craig on the rock.
And as you're looking up, I'm following through with my punch to this Lizzie.
All right, it chooses to engage with you.
Oh, it chooses to. Okay, cool.
Go ahead and roll opposed vigor.
Yes. I got a 2.
And it got a 3, so it shrugs off your punch. And go ahead and roll again if you like.
Yeah, I'm going to. Got a 2 again.
2. Do you have any special attacks?
I do. I'd like to use Eye Strike and blind it.
All right, so describe that to us.
I reach out with a punch, but I have one like finger kind of extended like that, and I kind of go for it and just try to graze its eye, or
All right,
try to
so
get
you
in there as deep as.
You deal a point of vigor damage and like bash this thing in the eye, and it just sort of has like a sunken in eye now. It's all swollen and it like shrieks in pain. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it for me. I thought that was it. And then
You don't always have to like speak to the characters. You can just say like I pass to whoever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just trying to think of a transition.
If it's like relevant, go for it, but don't feel like
yeah,
that.
I think I'm just gonna pass over to Yenik and see what they want to do.
All right, I'm gonna start marching forward with my tower shield. I'm gonna try to like avoid being in the water because these lizzies are pretty good in the water. There's probably not enough space by Craig, right? Like to be on one side of him.
Yeah,
I am described as bulky.
Could well, yeah, I would say that, but yeah, that's true. His drawback's bulky, so he's kind of taking up the path.
Okay, so I guess in that case, I'm gonna yell up. Do you have this one?
I think I got it. I just got one of its eyes. Now we're even.
All right, and so now I'm gonna take back what I said earlier and jump in the water and try to get Bill to jump on my shield again. I'm gonna try to paddle him up.
All right, Bill knows the procedure. You jump on. You're sort of like you're on your stomach because you have to be like strapped onto your shield here, and you're like paddling with one hand. And Bill is this time standing on your back. It seems kind of justified. And what are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna start paddling forward to these rock faces up ahead.
All right, tell me where you're going here. You can make it to one of these surfaces.
Oh yeah, I'll go to the right one and go into that little alcove, and then like try to get Bill up top on that ledge.
Okay. So you guys climb up onto this ledge, and you can see now clearly this matriarch Lizzie and her brute that is defending her. And as she sees you come up, she says, "Road killers, murderers." And you see she raises her hand, and sort of like this, you see this sort of, she has these spines going along her arm, and they sort of like light up, and then like a big like jolt of electricity shoots out towards you. And what's your defense?
15.
All right, let's make an opposed vigor check here.
I got a D4, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna assume I didn't address this, but I'm gonna assume that jumping off onto your shield like that compromised your defensive posture.
Yeah.
Since you haven't had an action to like reestablish it, you're not gonna get that bonus at this moment.
Yeah. So my D4 was a 3.
All right, so I got a 4. You get hit with this blast of electricity, deals a point of vigor damage to you, and you are stunned for a round.
All right.
Sleepy Bill screams and scampers down and into this little alcove where this figure is, huddled. And yeah, go ahead and pass it.
Ah, help! And whoever's next. I think it's Alka.
I also think Bippers might be in the running
Yeah,
too.
I think it's Bippers.
I was kind of using your shield as a place of habitation. So yeah, I'm gonna try to just kind of dart sort of behind where Craig and the Lizzie is here.
I'm gonna interject real quick. Sorry, Bippers. But we kind of established this in a previous order, and I don't know if you guys were there, but in this case, it's definitely possible for you guys to declare that you're like combining your turns into like you guys go at the same time, since you're doing sort of like a mutual thing. So if you want to have opted to like gone with him, then we can retcon that. Otherwise, just describe whatever you want to do.
Oh, okay. I mean, I would have. I was basically going to just do this anyway, but jump down and try to swim as fast as I can, as quietly as I can, towards the middle alcove thing where CB boy just went.
Okay, so you managed to swim a good distance up there, about right there, I'd say, and make a vision check.
That's a 14.
All right, so you see Sleepy Bill jump down and like wrestle into the darkness there, and towards some seated figure, sort of, hunched in the darkness. And yeah, go ahead and pass your turn.
I'm gonna pass it to Effie.
All right, I'm gonna swim up to seeing that there's some action, there's some movement going around the cage. I'm gonna go to the closest rock face to me and try to sneak up. Sorry, not the closest one with the cage on it, and try to sneak up behind it without being seen by the people on the tower.
Okay. Yeah, so you to this one over here?
Yeah.
All right, so you sneak up there and you can climb up into that outpost there, and you see that the outpost is evacuated here, although there is like some sewn sacks of some, belongings of the Lizzie that was in there left behind, the brute that was previously there, and you see a couple of spears up against the wall.
I want to search through one of the sacks.
All right, so you spill open one of the sacks and you find a bunch of this like nasty sort of like rope, and it's all in a tangled mess. And then you also find some kind of little bundles of must be food that they eat. It's hard to tell whether it's like food or excrement. They're disgusting creatures. And then you also find this actually really sleek looking set of bone, like carved bone daggers. They're actually quite ornate, and they look like they might have even belonged to a Lizzie at one point. And so these are venomous daggers, essentially. So they'll have, basically we'll treat these as having a special attack built in. So if you get one of these ties, then you'll get to do like a venom strike with these things.
Cool. Yeah. Heck yeah. I pocket those. Those go up my sleeves.
Okay. And that's going to be your action for now. So go ahead and pass it.
I passed to Alka.
Okay. I'm going to try to. I'm gonna move up. Yeah, I'm gonna move up behind Craig, but then get in the water at that point, and try to swim towards that middle tower where the big she-Lizzie is.
All right, make a guile check. Actually, make a vision check for me.
Okay. I got a 22.
And you've got some kind of animal handling thing as well, right?
Yeah, I got +2 animal sense when engaged with
All
animals.
right. Your sort of animal senses tingle, and you see some shapes in the water that were concealed, hiding sort of in the shallows underneath this front tower here. And when you see them, they must see you as well, or notice that you see them, and they burst up out of the water and sort of form a chain here across this little alcove.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take my second action to shoot the one in the middle, in the face.
All right. Opposed rolls.
I got a natural 20.
Oh well, you don't have to target, right?
No, I just thought.
But so you just do opposed. But actually, that's a good point, because if you don't ever target, you don't get a chance to automatically hit. So maybe you should roll anyways. We'll have to discuss that later. that's a little blemish we'll figure out. But in this case, you hit and do damage. So you strike this thing and hit it with an arrow. It screams in rage, and it like opens its mouth and shoots venom out towards you. But you easily dodge the main burst of spray. Go ahead and pass your turn.
All right, I'm gonna pass it to Craig.
So my ideal turn would be me doing a feint attack on the Lizzie in front of me, and then ending that with a kick / special attack, throw them into the 3 Lizzies that just popped up. Unless they're still hidden and I don't know they're there.
No, they're popped up now.
They're popped up now, yeah. I would like to do a feint attack so I can land a hit easier to then throw this Lizzie to them.
Okay, is this like a special ability or is this just something you're describing?
Just some. Well, one of my like attacks is once I hit, I can throw in an opponent.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you hit, then you.
So
can...
if I hit, it's just a continuation, I guess. That's my whole plan.
Oh, but we'll still have to tie in order to do that. So let's see how it goes.
Yep.
Opposed vigor.
Ooh, I got a 1.
Okay, it also got a 1. So way to go. You punch this thing in the guts. It bowls over, and then like in one motion, you just like lift it with that hand, join the other hand, and toss it over Alka's head, and it smashes into these first 2 Lizzies. And the one that was already hit, it like really like it's got some ridges on its back, and it just like skewers this thing, and they both go down.
Yeah. What a way to go.
I think that's probably both of your actions.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That's really all I wanted to do.
Pass it.
I want to see what Yenik's up to.
Yenik, if you roll a successful vigor check, you can break the stun here.
Oh, okay. I got a 3.
Okay, you don't break the stun.
So over to you, Bippers.
Okay. I'm gonna. I had a "don't fire until you see the whites of their eyes" policy in my head here, and I'm gonna use my last somnium on the closest Lizzie to me, right in the center of his freaking chest.
And then as you're like railing down at this Lizzie about to fire, it screams, "Protect the mistress, protect the char." And you fire and blast it, and sort of like blast off part of its jaw, and it like turns in like a frenzy and like kind of rushes towards you, claws out, and attempts to claw at you. It's going to attempt to engage with you. I think that's probably a success. What's your defense?
3.
Not a 3, but a 13.
Oh, sorry, wrong dice.
No, it's just a default thing about it.
Oh, my defense. I don't think I don't have that written down here. I just assumed that was vigor, so that would be 4.
So 14 then. Based on your grace. So it would be 10 plus your grace, plus whatever armor you had, which I don't think you have any right now.
No, I don't. So yeah, 14.
Okay, so it definitely engages with you. Let's do opposed vigor. You said you rolled a 3, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it kind of comes at you, and you guys are engaged, but it has not damaged you. Go ahead and pass your turn.
I'm going to pass over to Craig.
Is that right? I feel like maybe it's Effie's turn. Whose turn is it?
Womp, 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 mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Actually, yeah, you. Yeah, Effie.
All right, I'm gonna grab one of the spears and try to spear the Lizzie closest to the platform I'm on that's in the water.
Okay, go ahead and roll to engage based on grace. So it's a target d20 plus your grace.
I got a 13.
Okay, and go ahead and roll for your grace die against its vigor.
I got a 3.
All right, so you are targeting this Lizzie. You won't have to roll to target again, but you did not hit it with the spear. So that spear does not hit. You have another action.
I'm gonna pick up another spear and throw it.
Go for it.
I got a 2.
It got a 1. So this one does hit, and you roll. You do a point of vigor damage as you strike this thing right through its like thigh, basically. And pass your turn.
Craig.
So how many of those lizzies are left? I know that did Bippers just kill the one that he shot at initially?
So Bippers is currently engaged with one. There's one that got struck, and then there's the 2 up top. The one that appears to be a char.
I'm gonna go back to the mining laser I dropped, and I'm gonna load it with a somnium.
All right, so
But it's my last somnium, by the way.
It's going to take your turn to rush back, grab that, and pull it back with the somnium loaded. So you load that thing up, you bring it to bear, it starts heating up, and then that's your turn.
Yep. And then Alka, how's it going?
Okay, so I am going to fire my arrow at the Lizzie, not the one that Bippers is engaged with, but the other one that's right down there in the water.
All right, roll opposed. Roll opposed.
Am I rolling my vigor die?
Your grace die, yeah.
Okay, sorry. I got a 2.
Okay, it dodges your arrow.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay.
I got another 2.
This one connects and goes right through this thing's throat. Arrow through the throat, spear through the leg. It goes down gurgling and sort of just like. And then one above, you hear HR. She goes, "No, Al."
And I'm just gonna like put my fist in the air and go yes, and then pass it on to Yenik.
Yenik, you shake yourself out of your daze.
Yeah. So now I'm going to try to jump up on that platform. If
Go ahead
I
and make
can.
a bigger check, like with your movement there.
All right. I got an 18.
All right, so you jump, kind of hurtle up, and like grab one of these spines and swing down into here. You got sort of an attack opportunity here if you want to take an attack as you're doing this.
I'm gonna try to shield basher, I guess.
All right, so you swing over and you're gonna target her or engage with her. You see that as you try to do this, this other one steps in front of you and engages with you. This brute.
Okay.
So you guys can do opposed vigor now.
I got a 1.
All right, so this thing also got a 1. Do you have a special attack?
No, I do not.
All right, so you smash this thing with your shield and just like describe that finishing move to me.
Yeah, so basically I'm gonna jump up there and like maintain that momentum and then just like throw the shield, but it's still like connected to my arm. So like presumably it comes back to me afterwards. But I'm gonna hit him right in the neck, in the trachea.
So are you kind of like manacled to this shield? There's a little length of chain, is what I'm feeling now.
Yeah.
So you like
he's handcuffed to it, right?
Yeah, that's right. So you like
but it's not like handcuffs. It's like there's like a chain. There's like a
more sense with some of the stuff we've been doing in the past. So we're gonna go with that. And so you swing this thing around and just like bash it in the side of the head. It just gets dunked and just like falls off the side of this thing.
Cool. And then can I go into a defensive position?
You're out of actions.
All right. Then I will stand there. And I guess it is Bippers.
Okay, well, out of options here and not expecting this thing to be still alive, I'm going to jump out and just punch the shit out of the open wound that I've created in its chest. Maybe rip out some organs that I find there. Whatever I think is going to kill him.
He rolled a 1 on his opposed vigor.
I also rolled a 1.
All right, so you're the attacker. So you hit him where it hurts, and he goes down screaming. And at this, Echad screams, and she like basically like inks like into the air and sort of like a black mist. Like there's like this big like cloud of like sort of black like inky like sort of steam that comes out, and she disappears basically. And combat is over, and you guys hear a voice from under here saying, "Sleepy Bill, is that you?"
Is Rollin a surfer dude?
We'll find out.
Right? Yeah. Like how you're just now getting back into frame. You're like, we'll find out. There I am.
I was stretching my leg.
I guess
So we're out of combat. You guys go ahead and tell me what's up.
Well, I guess I'm cooling it on this big old gun I got all powered up. So I'm just kind of like doing what I can to reel that back in a little bit.
I'm gonna come out and make myself known to the group because I was kind of slinking around and hiding. So I'm gonna step out in front of the ledge I'm on.
I've got a handful of Lizzie guts, and I'm just kind of shaking there, unaware of the rage that I was capable of, and I'm reflecting on possibly a new trauma to have to live through for the rest of my life. I drop them and I bury it.
I'm gonna go try to see what's up with Sleepy Bill. I don't care about the other voice. I bonded with this goat, while we were swimming together. I want to make sure he's okay.
All right, so
Alka didn't get to say anything. I was in the water being blocked by those lizzies, and so now that they're out of the way, I'm going to continue on towards where Sleepy Bill was, to see what's going on in there.
Okay, so you guys step through, and you see. Does anybody have a light source of some type besides these? The ambient light kind of bouncing around in here.
Craig has his pocketed ambient light.
Yeah, but I'm off back. I mean, I can walk up. I assume we're all going to check this out. So yeah, I can come up and I hold my. I don't have a jar. They're probably just in my hand. I'm just holding them. Like I literally probably just put them in my backpacks and I'm just holding them out as a light source.
So you step in there and you hold out your light and you see the shape of Sleepy Bill, butthole quivering, tail shaking in happiness, and he's sort of nuzzling this crouched figure, and you see a sort of familiar looking dwarf there who stares up to regard you in a face of sort of mixed fear and confusion. Oh, whoa, what's going on? Who are you?
We are friends of Malin, and not really Stalin, but mostly Colin, and we've come to rescue you.
Oh, righteous. Those are my brothers. They probably are worried about me. I'm so glad you found me. Who are you guys?
I'm Bippers, the god of death.
Whoa, that's giving me like a real freaky vibe, man.
It's cool, man. I'm mostly going to be sullen now.
If you guys are friends with Sleepy Bill, you could be friends with me too. Sleepy Bill's my sleepy little buddy.
Yeah, he's pretty great. We are surface dwellers, but we've been finding ourselves traveling on the long road, and that's how we met your brothers.
Whoa, are they doing okay? I'm sure they're worried about me.
They're doing all right. Not great. Not the best.
Strike's still going on.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I don't know where I am. To be honest, I'm kind of fucked up right now.
What you on, dude? What happened? What happened to you? And what happened?
It's been a fucking weird time, and I'm like not coming down because like basically what happened was like me and Sleepy Bill, we went out for a walk, like we do, and we were like walking around in the caves and shit. And like, I usually know my mushies and everything, but like Sleepy Bill and I ate some weird stuff. And then I was seeing all these like glowing lights and like all this crazy shit. And like, I was like surrounded by lizards and shit. I was like hallucinating, dudes. It was messed up. And I'm still seeing them.
That's because those things are real. But are you still tripping though?
Well, I think so. Like, I'm looking at this guy over here, and he's got like smoke coming out of his eye, and like she's like got like pure white hair, and you guys are all like really huge, and I'm still honestly pretty freaked out, but like Sleepy Bill's kind of helping me to get mellow and everything.
Okay.
No, that's real life.
Oh, yeah. So he's on regular shit then. Okay, call off the search.
How long have you been here? Do you think you've just been tripping this for years?
It feels like forever. It's like hard to tell how much time has gone by because I'm like, I think I'm pretty fucked up. Do you think you guys can like get me out of here and like help me and Sleepy Bill get home?
Yeah.
That's been the plan, man.
That's like all I want to do at this point.
Yeah,
Let's get you. Let's.
Do you guys have anything to eat? Because I'm like honestly starving, and like the food that these lizards were feeding me was like super gnarly and like fucking gross and stuff.
I do not.
I
got
found this
nothing.
like berry on the way here. It
Uh,
looks like a berry.
So
Are you-
someone could try to baby bird him.
are you gonna give it to? Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Please, I mean, thank you.
I mean, it's just an eye of Shiigga or Shiigga,
You don't know
really.
that.
So, I mean, I don't know that, but that's like in reality what it is.
This is like got a really weird texture, man, and like also smells like shit.
No, that's just the drugs.
Well, there's got to be some
Yeah,
words around here somewhere.
Listen, if those lizards are real, I don't think it's safe to wait here. And honestly, I know that they've got some of their fucking gnarly dudes like posted up behind you, and so we should fucking split. Can somebody please untie me? I'm like covered in rope. These guys, I don't think know how to tie knots.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, I'll
really-
take out my daggers and start cutting through the ropes.
I'm just gonna pull the rope off.
yeah. I'm also
Obviously not tied.
just gonna help by like I
I'm
feel
gonna-
like you could just like brush up against it, and the
Spin around
rope
in
would
a
fall
circle.
off.
I don't know what you guys are saying.
Have you never tried to remove these ropes before?
Honestly, I didn't even think these ropes were real.
Well, then why did you stay?
All right, so stand up and let's go.
All right.
All right. I'm feeling a little bit better, even
Do
though
you-
that thing was really nasty. I really
Do you need-
appreciate it.
Do you need to like hold someone's hand? Are you gonna be able to walk out of here like on your own accord?
Honestly, I am feeling much more chill, but still not totally chill. I would not turn down a handhold at all.
So
Alright.
I've got this like baby Bjorn that we were using for Sleepy Bill. How do you feel? I think you're about the same size.
Honestly, my bros, they always treat me like the baby, but right now, I want to be treated like the baby.
All right, well, get on in here, baby boy.
So Rollin tucks up into your baby Bjorn and sort of like puts his arms around you, like kind of around your neck, and he's just smiling. And he says, "You smell kind of good. What do you wear, dude?"
Oh, well, you know, like cave water, sometimes some mud.
So you like actually just have a smoky eye? That's lit.
Yeah, man, I'm all natural.
Me too.
Hey, man, I knew I liked one of your brothers for a reason. Now I like two of you.
Oh,
Fist bump.
nice. All right, so with that, we are going to cliffhang. But before we do have some lizzies that we can search. And so why don't you guys search through and tell me what you found on the Lizzie, what your loot was. And I'm going to start with Bippers.
I get to choose the loot.
Yeah, tell me what you found on the dead Lizzie.
Oh hell yeah! I found like a kind of like a scimitar type thing. Sort of like a light, not like a super big blade, but like like that they didn't know what to use, but like a moderate sized blade. Uh, and it's yellow. I like it to be yellow.
Okay. You also find a vial. So you find this sort of like bone scimitar thing. It seems like it's made out of some kind of carved like fish bone, whatever, but it seems pretty strong somehow. And you also find a small blue vial of liquid.
Ooh, what's the liquid?
I don't think. Effie or well, you were captured. This is a vial of the tears of Shiigga, which you saw them use like a healing potion, basically. You don't know where it comes from, but they refer to it as the tears of Shiigga.
Tears of Shiigga.
And Effie, what did you find?
I found amongst a series of squished and rotten fruits a piece of somnium.
Okay. And even another piece of somnium.
Nice.
And Alka, what did you find?
I found a bag of lizard plant roots, and then crumpled up in the corner, I found what looks like a scrap piece of paper with some sketchings of attempted rope knots that just kind of scribbled out and thrown in the corner. And then I found just like a sort of like an arrowhead. I mean, like a spear point, just the head.
Okay. And Lord Yenik.
Yeah, so I kind of found some slimy rocks that had obviously been regurgitated upon death of the Lizzie. But within that, some shiny rocks that turn out to be a couple pieces of gold.
Nice. Okay, so you find a little fishy bladder, and it has 16 gold pieces in it. Craig.
I found a new friend.
I feel the same way.
A little bit of nuzzle action goes on. But
So that's our sort of once around the horn. But now we cut to the inside of the belly of the mouth of Shiigga, and we have once around the horn with Meek, Salaman, and Stubbs.
hey guys, I don't know if I'm sorry about like being super excited about feeding Shiga earlier, but I know it is the honorable thing to do to be inside the belly of Shiga, and I'm glad I'm here with you guys.
Are we going to die? How does this work?
I don't know, but I'm getting kind of hungry still.
I would just like to say, fuck Meek for getting us in this situation. But at least I'm not dead.
Not yet, as I nudge you in the ribs while we're inside the ribs of another being.
Seriously, how did none of the outsiders get eaten?
It's like there's some like,
Really
magical
unfortunate.
being protecting them or something.
And from within the belly of Shiigga, you look back, and like through some kind of a like porthole or like a breath hole or something, you can see a light coming down, and there is a sort of organic like organ little mass, and resting atop of it is a carved blue vase of some kind of blue stone. And we are going to leave it there. Thanks for playing, you guys. And I'm going to end the recording.